I want to read a scripture from the Bible, Matthew chapter 25, starting in verse 14. And I'm going to talk about a concept called capacity. Matthew 25:14, it says, "For the kingdom of heaven is like a man traveling to a far country, who called his own servants and delivered them his goods. And to one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each according to their own ability. Then he who had received 5 talents went and traded them and made 5 more talents. And he who had received 2 went and traded them and made 2 more. But he who had received 1 talent went and dug a hole in the ground and hid his Lord's talent," or hid his Lord's resource. I have a question for you today. Why would the Lord give different amounts of resource to different servants? First of all, do we serve a Lord that discriminates? Some of you are not sure. Do we serve a Lord that discriminates? No. Do we serve a Lord that shows favoritism? No. So there's got to be a reason why the Lord would look at 3 of his servants and give one a resource of 5, another a resource of 2, and another a resource of 1. Well, our answer is found in verse 15. "And to one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each according to their own ability." To each according to their own ability. Say their own ability. Servant number 1 had an ability of 5, so the Lord matched his ability of 5 with a resource of 5. Say matched. Servant number 2 had an ability of 2, so the Lord matched his ability of 2 with a resource of 2. And servant number 3 had an ability of 1, so the Lord matched his ability of 1 with a resource of 1. So there was no discrimination that day. There was no favoritism that day. The Lord simply identified pre-existing. I want you to grab that thought right there. That may be the most powerful thing you're going to write down this week. The Lord simply identified the pre-existing ability in each servant and matched, say matched, matched with resources. How many of you can see this is a glass of water? But the glass and the water are not the same thing. The glass is ability, the water is resource. This glass gives me the ability to hold and utilize this resource. The same is true in every one of our lives. Our lives or our ability become a container to hold the resources of heaven. The greater the ability, the greater the container, which means what? The greater the resources of heaven. And I personally believe that every time we increase our ability, God matches with resource. It's actually Bible. I hate to drag the Bible into this so early in the morning to be the one to break the bad news to you, but many of the answers to the prayers you are praying right now at this time in your life, they are being affected by your personal capacity. What capacity do you have to receive what you've been asking God for?